Okay, here's a mistake I see leaders making, especially the good ones. They're not lazy, they're not reckless, they're capable, thoughtful, they're hardworking people who genuinely want to grow their business. Here's the mistake. They keep trying to f fix momentum problems with more effort when the real issue is not effort, it's alignment. It's getting into the position of who am I? What's the desired outcome that I really want? I see leaders who are working harder than they ever have before, more hours, more tools, more content, more conversations, more jobs, more output, more income, and yet they feel like things should be moving faster than they are. They're busy, they're not settled, they're active, but they're not confident. They're making progress, but not traction. That's usually not a discipline problem. It's a clarity problem. One of the things I do when I speak with entrepreneurs, business leaders, CEOs, whoever they are, it's that the intensity that they started with, whenever the start happened, they started with this fervor and this intensity that got momentum going. But then as soon as momentum going, it changed from like, let's just get started, let's get moving, let's get sustainable to now let's not lose the traction that we've had. And so they end up chasing to keep what they've currently amassed instead of going with intentionality and trajectory to the place that they really want to go. They kind of gave up on that dream of like, look what life can be. Do you remember when you started and you would just sit and just reminisce and idealize in your mind about the vision of what will life be like when this happens? Somewhere along the way, the busyness of business took over and it changed from like, imagine what life will be when to, man, I got so much to do. I don't know how I'm going to get it all done. I've got so many problems to deal with right now. I can't sustain it all. And you end up like pulling your hair out and it just becomes this thing where business is like eating you alive rather than the tool to get you to the place where you really want to go. This is like the hidden cost of mistakes like this. When effort replaces alignment, three things happen. Decision fatigue increases. You start noticing yourself procrastinating on making decisions. Confidence erodes. You lose some of that confidence that you had when you started, and the business starts feeling heavier instead of clearer. You don't just lose time, you lose trust in yourself. This is really important. Most leaders don't quit because they fail. They quit because they can't tell if what they're doing is actually working. Here's the shift that really changes everything. Momentum doesn't come from doing more. It comes from knowing what matters right now. I see all the time businesses that are closing their doors. In fact, I just got a notification of a good friend of mine who is shutting down business after years and years and years of successful business. In fact, his business is probably at its peak. Like the public outcry for his business going away is going to be huge. He just kind of mentioned that, hey, tomorrow is the last day of business that we'll see. And I messaged him. I was like, dude, be prepared for like the entire town coming out to celebrate your business and to participate in it one final time because they're going to grieve not having your business anymore. And on the inside, I have to know and ascertain that the business is probably eating him alive right now. And that's why he's like, I want out. I can't do this anymore. I can't sustain it. It's just crippling me. I can't be certain on that because I don't exactly know. But when successful business has to stop, it's usually because it devoured the owner, the leader of the business, and business doesn't have to eat you alive. This is where alignment takes place. It's required. When alignment is right, execution stops feeling forced. The goal isn't intensity, the goal is authority. It's who's in charge of who here. Now, this is the work I do with leaders inside of the next level entrepreneur. I work with you so that you can be in control of business, not the business in control of you. It changes it so that you're kind of holding a leash on the business rather than the business holding a leash around your neck and jerking you around. That's not what this should be. It's not about hustle, it's not about pressure, but helping leaders really gain clarity and capacity, confidence in how they build and what they build. Listen, if this feels familiar to you, you're not behind. You're just at the point where effort stops being the answer. This is where real growth begins. So I hope you're well blessed and encouraged. Thanks for taking time to hang out with me today.